Hey everyone, I wanted to show you what is in my first grader's workbox for this week, or however long it lasts, a day, a week, you never know with him. So I just have these pouches in his cart and I will show you what we have in each one. I should preface this by saying he's finished most of his curriculum and then some for the year, so we've just had to keep adding things in. And for history, social studies, that kind of stuff, he had the curriculum that I planned for him. He finished that all, I want to say by January. And then I had like a first grade social studies textbook and he read through all of that. And so now, we also have a couple geography workbooks that he's just about done with. But anyway, now I just have him reading through some of the Magic Treehouse books because he likes those. And so I have Magic Treehouse number 5, Night of the Ninjas, which goes to ancient Japan. And then I also, we have these already on hand. I have the fact tracker that goes with it. So he will read through those. He reads these pretty quickly. This one I think will take him a little bit longer. I feel like this is a slightly higher reading level maybe than that. I don't know. We'll see. And then I bought a pack on Teachers Pay Teachers that goes with the fact tracker. So he will kind of work through that. And I don't know how long this will take him to do, but that's what he has for history. And we've also reached that point in the school year where some of our labels have disappeared. So, all right, next I have his spelling pouch. He is still working through building spelling skills. We had stopped this for a while and then went back to it. So he is on week 24. We also have word letters. We don't do this every day, just whenever he feels like it. So that is in there as well. All right. We also have, for science, he finished his science curriculum, and he finished what else did we have? We had the Smart Start STEM. He finished that, and then he finished the daily science for first grade from Evan Moore. So I have him reading through the Zoe and Sassafras books right now. He's on Monsters and Mold, and he is going to do an experiment, I think, with bread and bacteria. And so did I buy this or was it free? I don't remember. So he can come up with his question, his hypothesis, materials. He can just fill out each of these flaps for those things. And then I also put in our DK bacteria book, which he's looked at before, but I don't know that he's actually like read it. So there's there's a spread in here on bacteria, and then there's mold in here somewhere. There's a section on mold in here somewhere, I should say. So I will let him read those, and that will be his science. So I think he will enjoy that. He's been liking the Zoe and Sassafras books, and yeah, so that is science. Let's see, literature and composition. We are still doing lightning literature. We've had to skip around though because we're still waiting for 2 books to come in from the library. So this week we are doing Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel. And then we stopped doing the writing that goes along with lightning lit for him, but we do have this, which I had purchased for next year, and we are using this now. So he will do, usually he just does 2 pages, 2 to 4, just depending on what they're asking him to do. So a day, sorry, he does that a day. So we have that, and that is literature and composition. And let's see, this we do together. This is our states and regions book. We have not gotten super far in there, but my daughter has one. We all work on those. And then for math, I've got two things. So in his pouch, I have some stuff he's gonna work on independently. And then we have a cart now just for our Right Start stuff. And his book is on there. And I have gone through and made some marks because a lot of this he already knows. So I've made marks on some pages that I feel like I need to just run through and make sure he knows. And then once we have done that, or finished those, I should say, I'm going to start with lesson 43 and kind of do the same thing between lesson 43 and lesson 77. I think there are some things that he doesn't know. And then the meat of what he doesn't know starts at lesson 77. So we've been doing, well, the plan is to do one lesson a day, but because we've just been kind of skimming through, some days we've done 2 lessons. So that's his math he does with me. And then in the pouch this week, I just pulled from our bookshelf books that we had on measurement. So we have this one about weight, about metrics, how tall, how short, how far away, me and the measure of things, and then this Usborne one. And so he is just going to pick whatever one he wants to read. He'll read that independently, and then he is going to make me a book about what he learned in that book. He loves making books, and he loves drawing out what he has learned. He watches this show called Number Blocks. Both the kids think it's super entertaining. I think they're way too old for it, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it, but I'm pretty sure they are. Anyway, they love it, and they always draw out all these stories with the number blocks, characters, and whatnot. So he can make his own book based on one of the books that he read to show me what he learned in that book. So that's what we have for math. And then the last thing we have is reading in phonics. And he has Explode the Code, which he does. He just does 1 page front and back a day. So he has that. We've also been working, I bought this for next year, but we are doing it now. The reading skills book from Harcourt. So he'll do 1 to 2 pages like this. So he'll do either this, like these 2 pages, or sometimes he'll do 2 of those. And then lastly, we have All About Reading Level 3. And I have our Kindle in here because I finally started using the Letter Tiles app. So we have that in there as well. And for, I don't know where I put my book, but we do 2 lessons a day for him in this. We don't do a lot of the fluency practice because he just doesn't need it. So we should actually finish this by the time we're done with school for this year because we're going to the end of June. So I think we're already on lesson 10 or 12 or something like that. So anyway, that's what he has for reading. And that's what he has in his pouches in his workbox for this week. If you have any questions, let me know down below.